Hello everyone, it's Deb of Deb Loves Jewelry, and I'm back with another SoftFlex video. The Thanks a Lot Mystery Design Challenge Kit is here, and I'm a little late in getting this one done, admittedly, but I really do love all of the pieces and parts. I love the combination of colors that are in this particular kit. This metallic SoftFlex is one of my favorites, perfect for this kit, and I added some of my own seed beads because, I always love seed beads as spacers. And I also decided that I love that bead. That's my favorite one. So I'm going to organize all of my beads here. I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. I'm going to make just a really simple necklace. But I'm going to use some of the beads from the Jesse James Beads mix and some of the stranded beads. I really like these teardrops. I'm going to use those as focals. So I've got some 2-inch flat end head pins, and I'm going to test them out. They're a little too small for those. So I'm going to add a seed bead and then the teardrop onto the head pin. Then another seed bead because I think I want to add one of the small fire polish beads as well. It matches really nicely back to that glass teardrop bead. So I'm going to wire wrap this guy. So I'm just going to create a wire wrap loop. And I'm going to make 3 of these. There's actually 4 teardrop beads, but I'm going to wire wrap 3 of them. And they're going to be oriented at the focal of this necklace. And so I'm just creating a few loops up top of that fire polish bead, snipping off my excess with my cutters, and just going to tuck that little end of my wire in with my chain nose pliers. And I'm going to set that one aside, and I'm going to work on the second one. I really like how that looks. That's a nice combination. So grabbing another seed bead and head pin, putting that seed bead on, then the teardrop. I was also thinking you could have oriented one of those teardrops differently. That would have been interesting, but I didn't think of that until I started recording the voiceover for this, but that would have been interesting. So I'm just creating another wire wrap loop with my round nose pliers and just trying to match up the same number of loops. I don't think I was successful in all 3 of these drops, but I got pretty close. So tightening up that little bit of wire and just making sure that everything is nice and straightened out, and yeah, just tucking in that wire. So I've got 2, doing a third, and leaving that last teardrop for whatever might come. And I'm going to work with a lot of the crystal beads here. And I love these big extra faceted pink rounds. They are really, really cool. So I thought that they, being bigger, would go nicely in the front of the necklace. And what I did was I strung on, I'm kind of working from the center. So I'm stringing on one of the pink beads, 2 seed beads, and then making sure that my loop is oriented correctly. I'm stringing on one of my drops, then 2 more seed beads, and then another one of the pink beads. So the pink beads are going to kind of sandwich the seed beads and the teardrop bead together. I like the way that looks, really cool. I like the pink and this, sort of coffee themed, brownish and topaz-ish tones. They just look really nice together. For some reason, I wouldn't have thought to put those together and thought that they would look so great together, but they sure do. So making sure that my beads are oriented the way that I want. And yeah, I like that combination. And I like the sizing of those faceted beads there around the teardrops. They're not dramatically too big or too small for each other. They just sort of complement each other very nicely. Now, this kit has so many great beads. There's a lot of possibilities with necklaces here. I've seen some of the designs that folks have done for this kit, and everybody just really took this and ran with it and did some fun things. I'm a little late to the party, but I'm excited about this piece, and I always just love getting these kits out and just seeing where the beads take me. So that's kind of what that focal section is going to look like. And I really, really dig that combination of beads. So let's add a little sparkle. I'm going to take those rhinestone rondelles and put them around those latte-ish check glass rondelles. And I think that is going to add kind of a little bit of the coffee colors, but add a little sparkle. And I've got enough to surround 2 beads on each side of the focal section. So that's what I'm going to do. It would be nicer if maybe there were 3 on each side, but I'm totally good with that. My favorite bead is that blue bead. It is just so super cool. So that's going on next. And I am using 2 seed beads in between each bead. I don't know why 2 looks good in this case, and sometimes 3 looks good, sometimes 1 looks good. For some reason, just 2 really works for this particular necklace. And for those who don't like spacers, hey, you don't have to add spacers. I like seed beads for spacers because it adds great dimension, and it also stretches the beads. So if you want to have more beads available to you after you make something, you can certainly use spacers or seed beads to help you out and stretch the number of beads that you need to use for a piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut from the package now that I've got this first section done, and then I'm just going to match up what I did on the other side, and make sure that I'm really good with the design here. I'm pretty sure I am. I just grabbed that pink bead thinking that I had forgotten one, but I am going to use the last 2 pink beads a little further up in this design. I think I want to tie the pink back to that focal section, but I've only got 2 beads to do it. So I will use them because I really like them. They are so luminous and beautiful. So the blue is interesting here as well. I would not have put blue in this kit, but now that I see it, it's actually perfection. Like, I really like that they put the blue in. I didn't end up using any of the Jesse James beads blue that's just underneath my right hand there. But that is also a really lovely color here with the other beads that are in this kit. So yeah, really cool. So I'm just doing the rest of this section here and getting everything matched up to the other side. So this is, the most focal section of the necklace. And I've tied in some sparkle. I've got some rhinestones. I've got, sort of all kinds of different textures and shapes here. So I'm really liking this. Now, let's bring that pink in. Yeah, that ties back really nicely. So just got 1 for each side, but there's something about just that one that will tie it all together and bring that pink further up into the necklace. Those beads are so super cool. I wish there were a million of them. So now what I'm going to do, continuing up both sides of the necklace, is continuing on with 2 seed beads, but I'm just going to start alternating the brown rondelles and the blue beads. There's a lot of those, so I'm going to use those and do a section of those. Those are going to be still visible up the side of the neck. So I'm putting some on there and really liking how that looks. That's great. So just making sure here everything is matching up, everything. I didn't miss a bead. And now I've got both sides that are the same. The only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the blue and the small fire polish. So that's just going to finish off the piece. And then I'm just going to do a simple lobster. That's from the kit. A couple of the gold crimp tubes, which were in the kit. Love me some gold SoftFlex crimp tubes. And I'm going to just create a loop on one side to attach my lobster to. So I'm creating that loop, and I decided to crimp, but I turned the camera off before I did. So anyways, I'm doing the other side, putting the crimp on and adding my lobster claw. And important note, if you've not done this before, make sure that when you put your wire back down through the crimp tube, go through that first bead, because then you have a nice clean look at the back, at the crimp area. And make sure that you leave enough space for your lobster claw to move around. You want it to be able to move and have freedom of movement. So then you're gonna crimp, do the first back channel, and then turn your piece and do the second one, and then trim off your excess. And now just testing out the closure. Oh, this piece is just lovely. It's simple, but it's so, so pretty. I love these beads, this combination of beads. Not what I would have chosen, but now that I see it, I absolutely love it. Absolutely spectacular piece. I'm crazy in love with it. SoftFlex company does such a fun job. Go check out their mystery design kits each month. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.